Hello, people, gamers, viewers, and others that are just really big fans of Steven Universe. Today, we're looking at an actual Steven Universe game that has been pretty well done, and it was better than the one that was on the mobile games, but I digress. I mean, the one on the mobile game is a very good first step towards really good Steven Universe games along the way of the game industry, but as today, this one we are looking at today is called Steven Universe Save the Light. Now, this one's available now on the PS4 and the Xbox One, soon to be available for PC and the Nintendo Switch. Now, I have watched most of the Steven Universe series, and I really do love the show and how each character has its not all bright and shiny backstories, while most of them have like a story about Homeworld and Yellow Diamond and several other things that have been shown even in the newest episodes about the Pink Diamond. Now, I'm not going to go too far into Steven's story on Cartoon Network. I'm not sure most of you have even watched or looked at the new episodes, so I will not spoil that. But what I'm going to talk about is the new game of Steven Universe Save the Light. Now, this game is a fast forward of the Attack the Light on the mobile games, which is still available. I think you have to pay $5 or something for it, but other than that, this is after the fact, after they've saved the little gem thing. And sorry, also another warning that this game will have a bit of spoilers in this review about the past one, which is Attack the Light. So if you have not played that, then I greatly apologize. If you have, then I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. So after the whole aftermath of the Attack the Light video game, after saving the little gem weapon that's called White Light, it was free from whatever its issues it had and being programmed to destroy anything that is not what it was commanded to. So Steven now is friends with it, and suddenly the White Light gem feels another presence, a very bad one that was used to be with it. So it flies out, leaving them both, heading towards Steven and Father's Greg's. It's a wash. So when it gets there with Steven and Connie, both of them see this gigantic spaceship, and it's like, oh, whoa, Steven, is this one of your friends? As Greg says in the game, and suddenly it just crashes down on top of it and destroys it, while a new gem, which looks like it came from Homeworld, named Hessonite? I'm pretty sure I can think of the name, but it's kind of hard trying to pronounce it. Came back to take the White Light gem back to take over Beach City in the world like it was supposed to. It kind of really has a very snotty attitude. It's kind of like Peridot before she changed over to the Crystal Gems, but now this one's like, I'm going to take over the world for Yellow Diamond. Other than that, my opinion after playing the Attack the Light game on my phone, there has been massive improvements between the first one that they created and this one that's been made for consoles. Now, I see that everybody's been complaining about that this game has been made for consoles instead of the phone like it should be. Well, sorry folks, but the main point is, if something is in needed of high graphics and not every phone can play high graphics, followed by, my theory is that they put this on the phone unless they plan about minimizing a lot of graphics and the processing power and everything else about it, it probably would not be stable, and it would probably drain a lot of power off of your phone, which I'm pretty sure that's something you really don't want to deal with at this point. And we don't have a powerful phone yet. Now, they could have put this game on the PS Vita if they wanted to, if anybody was working on the Vita anymore as of today. But as you see, the Vita has become no more, but everybody still wants it. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is something that is kind of its ups and downs, from the repetitiveness to it's something really captivating with its graphics and how everything feels like this is definitely what Steven Universe would be if it was like a minimized web show cartoon or something that is made smaller for kids or anything like that, as you see from your perspectives of this game. Now, Grumpy Face Studios is the one who made this game, along with Cartoon Network. The gameplay is a bit slow in the beginning. I mean, that's what happens to most games like this, where it takes its time. But it gets enjoyable with the gem fusions, combo attacks, and other things that you can do in the game with several characters, from Connie and Steven becoming Stevani, to Steven and Amethyst fusing together becoming Smorky Quartz, And the art style is, like I said before, it's very well put together, better than the Paper Mario style for the phone game. Now, I understand why they made it the phone game like that. It's because, one, it is something that is made for the phone. It's something that's not too harsh on the battery or the phone's graphics card or anything else like that. I completely understand. But don't get me wrong, Attack the Light is something that was really fun and really enjoyable. Now, I do wish there was a fusion gauge for the game, you know, if for Stevani, Smokey, Sugalai, and Sardonyx Opal, and Exanderite, if I said that right at all. It's been a while. Or the fusion gets damaged, it starts becoming unstable or something like that. It brings more of what we expect, like, from the game. Or if you're actually trying to follow the Steven Universe like show and everything, I understand why they didn't do that. I mean, they did push the game out a little bit farther so they can make this game as complete as they can, which I applaud them for actually taking the time into creating this game instead of trying to rush it out there, and it could have been horrible. And I'm pretty sure none of the Steven Universe fans would like to deal with that. Besides the point of that, is that these are just ideas that could be improved in future games for Steven Universe. I mean, you could see that they could make an open world RPG for the Steven Universe by creating your own actual gem, which can do a multitude of fusions and make a powerful gem, but I digress a little. Now, the pros and cons, the art updates, the interesting gameplays, the good story keeps to the TV show, and funny new enemies. Now, there is Square died, so it's a little bit funny seeing that, and you're just like, wow, Paradigm. Okay, and then you have the downsides to this is there's a lot of repetitives. I mean, a lot of repetitiveness. If you can't handle that, then it's probably not going to interest you much. But if you're a Steven Universe fan, I'm pretty sure that's not going to bother you much, because you're going to love most of the background and everything else about this game. Now, you can get a little lost throughout the game. The camera angles do get a little weird at times. You have to angle it a little bit. Now, I have not seen Jasper or Lapis, which is kind of a downer, and then you have no mention of Rose Quartz, which has been mentioned from points in here and there in the show. Now, there is another big thing. Now, when it comes to the game, it does freeze in the middle of battles or before it, and it's long loading times. That's kind of a bit of a downer, but I'm pretty sure they can fix that in the future. What I'm going to say for my final thoughts of this game is that this is pretty much getting closer and closer as not a fully perfect Steven Universe game, but it's there. It's getting there. But as of right now, it just needs to add a bit of certain fixes, a couple of things that could have been done, noticeable bug issues, but it still is an amazing game, fun art style, along with keeping to the show. And even though it was pushed from its original due date, it was well worth for them to do that. This game is definitely really worth the time for Steven Universe fans and RPG lovers. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing.